Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to check a new accessory from Runcam, the camera control adapter. Recently I've reviewed the Runcam Micro Swift 3, which its main feature is that it's connected directly to a yacht port and it no longer uses the standard OSD configuration tool, so everything is being controlled with your remote controller. Runcam just released this item, which is going to allow you to do the same thing using the latest Runcam cameras, so you don't have to buy a new one. All you have to do is just use this adapter and then you'll be able to control all the camera settings with your remote controller. In order to use the camera control adapter, you will need, of course, to have a free UART on your flight controller because it needs to be connected to the flight controller. And second of all, the flight controller needs to be flashed with at least Betaflight 3.3.0. Inside this bag we get in the instructions manual, some wires, a heat shrink for the adapter itself, and a double-sided tape. Currently Runcam is selling this adapter for $8 and you're actually getting two of these adapters. I got just one for a review, but all these items are going to be double. As you can see, the adapter itself is pretty small. It weighs 0.46 grams and its dimensions are 13.8 by 9.9 millimeters. So it's extremely small, and after you wire up everything, just put a heat shrink on top and you can just glue it on the back of the camera, and adding 0.46 grams is practically nothing. On the right side of the adapter we have 4 pads. The top one is the DC in. It can handle between 4 to 5.5 volts. Then there's the ground, TX and RX pads, and on the left side we have the OSD and ground connectors, which you will need to solder this connector to, and then it will be connected directly to the camera, ground and OSD pins. So now the camera control adapter is connected. Remember to connect the TX to the RX and the RX to the TX. I've used UART 6. In addition, I connected the plus 5 volt and the ground to the same plus 5 volt and the ground of the receiver. It could have been nice if the walk-in voltage could be 3.3 volts and then I could connect it to the 3.3 volts, but unfortunately this is not the case. And I also soldered the ground and the OSD adapter to the pads over here. The next thing you need to do is to configure Betaflight. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is go to the Betaflight settings and other peripherals, choose Runcam device on the same UART that you used. So basically configuring the camera control adapter on Betaflight is the same as configuring the Runcam Micro Swift 3. Now after you configured the camera control adapter on Betaflight, you can enter the configuration mode just by holding the yaw to the right. And you can see that we have 2 LED indicators, one over here and the one is on the right. And when you enter the OSD configuration by holding the yaw stick to the right, you can see that now this blue LED indicator is present. And when we exit the configuration mode by holding the yaw to the left, now the LED indicator has been turned off. Now the camera control adapter is connected to my Runcam Swift Mini 2. I've already explained how to use the OSD configuration on my Runcam Micro Swift 3 review, but I'm quickly going to go over it again. The roll and the pitch acts as the direction buttons of the OSD controller, and the OK button is the yaw, so when you hold it to the right, it acts as the OK. As I told you earlier, in order to enter the OSD configuration mode, hold the yaw to the right. Now if we want to enter the menu settings, just simply tilt the yaw to the right, and we can change all the options by just tilting the roll to the right or to the left. I was asked what happens if you hold the roll to the left and the pitch to the bottom, for example, so you can see for yourself that what happens, only the roll is being affected. Now one thing that I forgot to show you on the Runcam Micro Swift 3 video is that you can also change between all the presets mode, and it's done by holding the roll to the right. So you can see now we are on Light-Rex mode, and we can switch between all the modes just by holding the roll to the right. And it's one of the most useful things because if you fly in your quadcopter in different lighting situations, you can just switch between the modes in this manner. You can also enter the OSD settings by long pressing the pitch to the top, and then you can also change the scene selections, for example in this Runcam Swift Mini 2 camera, and you can also change the other settings. So as you could see, the configuration and setup of the Runcam camera control adapter was pretty easy. Just don't forget to use the heat shrink after you finish soldering all the connectors, because you want to make sure this bolt is going to be isolated. As I mentioned in my review of the Runcam Micro Swift 3, I think one of the best features of having the ability to switch all the OSD settings without having the need to connect an OSD controller is to switch between all the presets mode, and it's going to make your life very easy, especially if you fly in different lighting situations. It could have been nice if this board supported also 3 volts, because you could connect it to the 3.3 volts output, which is normally used with DSMX. But because the power consumption of this board is probably very low, I don't think it's going to be a problem to use an existing plus 5 volt, which is already used by another accessory like this receiver, for example. As always, I thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and you find it useful. If you have any questions about the camera control adapter, feel free to ask it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel if you're not already subscribed. See you on my next videos, and goodbye.